central government's decision to notify the rules for the CEA as a chief minister of the state. Do you think it comes at a time like it looks at a polarizing the people, or what's your stand on?
No, I don't have any comments on why the timing. The government of India is doing its part from terms of the bill that was passed 4 years back. It's the rules. But from Meghalaya's point of view, it doesn't really impact us much because the six scheduled areas, are completely exempted from the CAA. And hardly, as I said, we used to say 99%, but it's actually 99.9999%. There's a small section which is non-scheduled area. But apart from that, the entire scheduled area has been exempted. Has been exempted, so it will not have any impact on the state of Meghalaya. But as I said, the question of government of India coming up with rules, those are procedures that are followed by government of India. So don't want to comment on that.
But is government of Meghalaya going to request full exemption of Meghalaya from the CAA?
See, we're not understanding what this whole thing is. There is hardly municipal area of 2 to 3, or this entire European ward of 2 square kilometers or 1 square kilometer, whatever it is. It's really not a big impact. The entire rest of the state is exempted from it. So I think we are looking at that one dot which is there and not realizing that the rest of the 99.999% is not included. That's what is important to note. So this one dot is there because of a technical issue. Otherwise, the entire six scheduled area is exempted from the CAA.
So at the time when the state government is asking the HNLC to reconsider its decision and come forward for peace talks, but we have seen the recent bomb blast, which is suspected to be HNLC is behind it. What do you have to say, sir?
So I cannot say on suspicion and on unclaimed overall claims that cannot be backed right now with evidence. So yes, there are certain thing we have made forward. We have done our research and inquiry and everything, and the intel is indicating to certain individuals and groups. But without full details, it will not be proper for me to say anything right now. The police is doing an inquiry. A large number of people have been arrested, and even last night I was updated. Even as much as far as even 12 o'clock in the night, I received phone calls from different officials from the police informing me about the different actions that have been taken, and hence I'm monitoring the situation very, very closely. We are doing a lot of work. I can not share all the details with you right now, but there's a huge exercise that the police is conducting, and they are successfully, in fact, they have done a number of things, which again, as I said, on appropriate time we will inform. But we are on it, and those individuals who are trying to create this kind of problems will ensure that they are caught and actually taken against them.
Sir, was there any intelligence failure?
No, not at all. These are basically all informations that come in. As I've mentioned to you again and again, these are individual incidents that happened. Intelligence is a very large word. It is very easy for you or anybody to just come in and use this word of intelligence failure. You have to remember that we receive maybe around thousands and thousands of inputs every day, and we screen through them. We go through them. The reports that we get, whether it's the police, through the different technologies that are available with the police today. It's very complicated, and you will appreciate it if you sit one day and go through it. So it's a very complicated thing. But in those complications, there are a lot of things that are neutralized and that are controlled by the police based on that intel. So therefore, there are situations this has happened. But what is more important is that there was no casualty. Number one. Number two, that we are very swift action was taken based on intel and based on the intelligence network that the police has and the technology that they have. And a lot of people are, in fact, as I said, now being arrested, and tough action is being taken. And as I said, we will ensure that the people who are responsible for this are caught.
So if the HNLC is behind this bomb blast, will the government continue to call them for talks?
As I said, these are speculations right now. We have to see who is behind this. Once we are able to ascertain with full proof, only then will we be able to make an official statement.
So isn't there a need for the government to speed up the relocation of the settlers there? Because some of the NGOs, a section of them have claimed that it's an eyesore for the youths, and it has made them angry because the government
Well,
has
50 years this has been there. And you will appreciate, and the state and the people will appreciate that for the first time, actually, there's been a serious move by any government to relocate them. When we are trying to address a complex situation like this, there are complexities that we come up with. So, therefore, obviously, we would want things to happen in the next 24 hours. But there is a reason why it did not happen in the last 50 years because of the different complications that were there. And you must appreciate the kind of efforts and the work that is going on to resolve this in the most amicable manner. There are many, many factors that affect this. It's very easy for anybody to say, "Okay, solve it today, solve it tomorrow, solve it the after." But you need to look back at the history and realize that this is a very complicated problem and situation with many, many different angles to it, many, many legal issues around it. And we have to work around all these issues, take in account all the sentiments and everything, and come up with a solution that is going to be the most appropriate and most acceptable and most amicable in nature. And hence, it does require time. So, therefore, in spite of all the efforts that we put in, we need to realize that these kind of situations will require time to resolve. We are almost at the point where we are close to resolution, and the citizens must appreciate that, and I'm sure most appreciate it. But let me assure the citizens also that we are on this, and we will find, we are very close to find a solution, and we will be finally able to take the last bit of actions that are left to be taken and resolve this at the earliest.
So an NGO